Hello and welcome to week 11, piece 21 of the Wall of Stitches Crochet Along. And this piece we're making the camel stitch. So this stitch is all half double crochet and we're just taking advantage of that extra third loop that a half double crochet creates to make this amazing texture that all sits on the front of your fabric. So to start this piece, you're going to need a foundation chain of 31. So to start the camel stitch, we're going to be making a half double crochet in the second chain from your hook. So that half double crochet is the first stitch of your row. So I'm just going to mark it with a stitch marker. And then you're going to make a half double crochet in every stitch across. So to make the camel stitch, we're going to be taking advantage of that third loop that half double crochet creates. And that's going to create all the lovely texture that we're going to be seeing. So row 1 is just all half double crochet. Well, all the rows of the camel stitch are all half double crochet. It just depends on which loop we're going to be working in. Okay, so once you get to the end, for row 1, you turn and chain 1. Okay. And then we're going to start making a half double crochet in both loops. So this is your third loop here. This is your front loop, and this is your back loop back here. But to kind of keep our edges nice and solid, we're going to be using back loop and front loop to make the first stitch of the row. So row 2, we're going to be making the rest of our half double crochet in the back loop only. So I'm going to keep these two unused. So third loop, front loop, back loop. Use the back loop only, make a half double crochet in each stitch, row 2, until you get to the last stitch. Just grab some more yarn. So back loop only all the way across. And then when we get to the last stitch of the row, we're going to use the front and back loops. Again, just to make the edges a bit more solid. Because if you only use one loop, it does tend to pull up a bit. So third loop's down there, front loop and back loop, use both of those ones to make the final stitch of the row. Okay, you can see all that texture has been left on the front. So now we turn and start row 3. So turn, chain 1. I'm going to make a half double crochet, but this time we're going to be using third loop and the front loop because we're going to use the back loop unused. So all the texture for the camel stitch needs to stay on one side. So this is going to be the back of our piece, and we need to have no texture at all. So the next stitch is made in the third loop only, and that's right at the front. Just make a half double crochet in each of the third loops. Okay, so it's this one here. Go. If you crochet your stitches tight, this bar here can look like it's going across. If you just put it to one side, you can see that it's actually going down. And your third loop is this one, right there. So, using that third loop only, half double crochet in every stitch until you get to the last stitch of the row. And in this one, we're going to make your final stitch in that third loop and the front loop just to secure that edge. And you see that texture is all now sitting on the front. So to complete your camel piece, you're going to be repeating rows 2 and 3 until you have 9 rows in total. Once you've completed row 9, you can cut off and weave in your ends, and then it's time to add your border. So for your border for this one, you're going to make a single crochet in each stitch across on top and bottom to give you 30 stitches on each side. And down the sides, you're going to make 2 single crochet into the side of every odd numbered row and 1 single crochet into the side of every even numbered row. And that will give you 14 single crochet in total down each side. Then of course you add your extra stitch in the corners for the turn. And once you finish round 1, you can then add rounds 2 and 3 as well. And that's the end of this piece. So the camel stitch is the first piece of your next row. So there's no joining. And then we're going to move on to our next piece for this week, which is the fondant stitch. So I shall see you shortly in that video.